Unit 7 Theatre. Be reading Antony's speech. This speech is an extract from the play Julius Caesar, written by William Shakespeare. Julius Caesar was a Roman emperor with great political power. He was killed in a conspiracy led by Brutus. Antony, a great friend of Julius Caesar, gave a rousing speech to the public on this occasion, keeping the dead body before the public. He begins his speech by saying, "Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears." Children, here let us see an important characters in the play Julius Caesar. See the picture. He is the Julius Caesar, a great Roman general and senator recently returned to Rome in triumph after a successful military campaign. While returning, his good friend Brutus worries that Caesar may aspire to dictatorship over the Roman public. Children, see the next character, Brutus. He is proud of his reputation for honor and nobleness, but he is not always practical and is often naive. He is the only major character in the play intensely committed to fashioning his behavior to fit a strict moral and ethical code, but he takes actions that are unconsciously hypocritical. See the next character, Mark Antony. Mark Antony is a friend of Caesar. Antony claims allegiance to Brutus and the conspirators after Caesar's death in order to save his life. Later, however, when speaking a funeral oration over Caesar's body, he spectacularly pursued the audience to withdraw its support of Brutus and instead condemn him as a traitor. With tears on his cheeks and Caesar's will in his hand, Antony engages masterful rhetoric to stir the crowd to revolt against conspirators. Children, see the next character, Cassius. Cassius had a deep-rooted personal jealousy and hatred against Caesar. He always tried to point Caesar inferior to him in power and endurance. Calpurnia, Caesar's wife. She is very beautiful. She urges him not to go to the Senate. She has had visionary dreams and fears. She requested her husband not to go to Senate and she asked him to stay at home. Children, see the next character, Flavius, a tribune, an official elected by the people to protect their rights. He is incented to see common workers leaving aside their jobs on a day when they are not allowed to do so, particularly as they do so to honor Caesar. Children, see the next character, Cicero. Cicero is a Roman senator, renowned for his oratory skill. Cicero speaks at Caesar's triumphal parade. Children, see the next character, Lepidus. He is a senator of Rome. He is an excellent soldier. He is present at Caesar's death and flees from it. Marcellus. Marcellus is one of the senator in Rome, uncompromising opponent of Caesar. Children, see, he is Decius. Decius is an important character in the play. He is a minor yet important character in the play. Decius conspires with Brutus and others to assassinate Caesar, and he escorts Caesar to Senate while the conspirators wait. Children, see this character is a soothsayer. Soothsayer means fortune teller. He warns the Caesar the day of Ides of March. Children, this is our poem Antony's Speech. It is taken from a play Julius Caesar. It has 5 acts. It is taken from 3rd act, 2nd scene. You can see Mark Antony, Julius Caesar's body and the crowd. Unit 7, Theatre. B reading, Antony's speech. Children, let us know about the poet. William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616, was an English poet and playwright, widely regarded as the greatest writer and dramatist in the English language. He is often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. His surviving works, including some collaborations, consist of about 38 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems, and several other poems. His plays have been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than those of any other playwright. Children, see the glossary. Oft, often, interred, buried, hath, has, grievous, very severe or serious, answered, paid for something, under leave of, with the permission of, captives, persons who have been taken prisoners or confined. The Lupercal. The Lupercal feast day, a festival. Withhold, suppress or restrain. Mourn, feel deep sorrow following someone's death. Thou, you. Ought fleet, have run away. Brutish, cruel or like an animal. Coffin, a long, narrow box in which a dead body is buried or cremated. Pause, make a brief stop. Unit 7, Theatre. Be reading Antony's speech. Children, look at the picture. So here you can see Antony and the body of Caesar and the crowd of people. Children, let us start our poem. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is half interred with their bones. Children, look at this picture. Is a Caesar. Julius Caesar. He was a renowned general, politician, and scholar in ancient Rome, who conquered the vast region of Gaul and helped initiate the end of the Roman Republic, while he became dictator of the Rome Empire. And soothsayer warned him that he should be aware of the idea of March. Idea of March is the seventh fourth day in the Roman calendar corresponding to 15th March. It was marked by several religious observances and was notable for the Romans as a deadline for setting debts. So, let it be with Caesar, the noble Brutus. Hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here's under leave of Brutus and the rest. Children, look at this picture. He is a Brutus. Brutus in his speech had clarified the people that Julius Caesar was ambitious and greedy for power. So he joined his hands with the conspirators and killed his good friend Julius Caesar. For Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all? All honorable men come I too speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. Children, you can see a picture here. You can observe Antony there and Caesar's body and the Romans and the crowd you can see here. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. Children, you can see again Caesar here, Julius Caesar. He is very learned person. He was very noble man. He led his life for the sake of Rome. You all did see that on the Lupercal, I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak What I do? No. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withhold you then to mourn for him? Children, this is Lupercal. Lupercal means ancient Roman festival of purification or purification and fertility. Children, once again, Lupercal means ancient Roman festival of purification and fertility. So, see the crown. Antony offered crown thrice for Caesar, but he refused that crown. This is the crown he offered to Julius Caesar. O judgment, thou what? Plead to British beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me, my heart is in the coffin, there with Caesar, and I must pause till it comes back to me. Children, see here Antony. Mark Antony is, in his speech, gave the message that Julius Caesar was neither ambitious nor greedy for power. Once they had loved him for a reason, so they should realize the truth. Antony's speech is more effective because it is genuine and full of emotions and feeling for Caesar. He very clearly tells the crowd that Caesar was not ambitious, rather, he had refused the crown thrice. He embraced the glory of Rome with his victories. Children, let us see the summary of the poem Antony's speech. Mark Antony, in his speech, gave the message that by justifying the actions of Brutus and the assassins, he asked the audience to listen, for he has come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. He acknowledges Brutus' charge that Caesar was ambitious and maintained that Brutus is an honorable man, but he says that Caesar was his friend. He adds that Caesar brought to Rome many captives, whose countrymen had to pay their ransoms, this fulfilling Rome's coffers. Antony continues that Caesar sympathized with poor. When the poor have cried, Caesar's heart wept. When he offered the crown to Caesar 3 times and he refused 3 times, Antony pauses to weep. He then brings out Caesar's will. The people beg him to read it. He replies that he has been speaking too long. He wrongs the honorable men who have let him address the crowd. The people called the conspirators traitors and demanded that Antony read the will. Looking at the body, Antony points out the wounds that Brutus and Cassius inflicted, reminding the crowd how Caesar loved Brutus, and yet Brutus stabbed him viciously. He tells how Caesar died and blood ran down the steps of the Senate. Then he uncovers the body for all to see. The people weep and become enraged. Caesar had brought sum of money from his personal holdings to every man in Rome. The citizens are struck by this act of generosity and sway to avenge this selfless man's death. Antony continues reading, revealing Caesar's plans to make his private parks and gardens available for the people's pleasure. The citizens are started taking revenge on Brutus and Cassius. So, Brutus and Cassius have been driven from Rome. Moral of the poem, Antony's speech. Children, did you understand the poem and its meaning? It is taken from a play written by Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, from Act 3, Scene 2. So here, Antony was a friend of Julius Caesar and he explained about Julius Caesar in the poem. So lastly, we can see the moral of the poem. The moral lesson from Julius Caesar is that end does not justify the means. Brutus thought he would safeguard Rome by participating in the plot to assassinate Caesar, but instead he brought on a civil war. Evil does not lead to good, only to more evil. Unit 7, Theatre. Be reading Antony's speech. Reading comprehension. Children, see the first question. What elements in Antony's speech do you think make him succeed? See the answer. Speech was highly ironic. He used many rhetorical devices to strengthen his speech and gain support of the crowd. His speech was full of emotions and feelings for Caesar. He wanted the people to realize the fact he was never dishonest with Brutus or any other conspirators. He asked Romans not to stop mourning as they all loved Caesar. Children, see the second question. What was Mark Antony's message? Answer. Mark Antony's message was that Caesar was a noble man. He refused to count for 3 times. Finally, he said that his heart was with Caesar and therefore he has to pause till it come back. Thank you.